Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. You know, when reading comics, we follow amazing characters of astonishing abilities. Some can fly, others turn invisible, and some have superhuman strength. And yet others have no super physical abilities at all to speak of. But yet we still read about their adventures. But what of those that have less than average human abilities? I dare say even are handicapped by human standards. Can they still be superheroes or even villains? Can they still achieve supernatural feats that are far above the average person's? Well, let's see. On this list, we have 5 Marvel characters, excluding Daredevil, that are blind, left without the sensory perception of sight, but have yet captured our interest and entertained us within the pages of comics. They may not be all heroes or villains, but all are worthy of our attention. So sit back and enjoy this little video that I put together for you, specifically for you, viewer. Now, first up on our list, we have Irene Adler, aka Destiny. Now, I was first introduced to her within the pages of Uncanny X-Men. I would say around issue 178. She was not intimidating at all, but was timid looking and frail. She never interacted directly in combat, but was used just as an auxiliary backup force, providing vital information and supporting teams' actions. But what I think I did not realize at the time was this character is blind. I guess due to the golden mask she always wore on her face that hid her facial features from the reader. Now, if you don't know about this minor character, she was a member of both the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and later on Freedom Force when the team changed its name and its motives. She has a special relationship with the shape-shifting mutant known as Mystique, and even the X-Men Rogue if you did not know. Her powers are cool but complicated. Let me explain. Destiny is what they call a precog. You might have seen a rendition of this ability in the 2002 film Minority Report starring Tom Cruise, where a specialized police department apprehends criminals based on foreknowledge provided by psychics called precogs. If you get a chance, definitely check it out. It's worth your time, especially if you're a sci-fi fan. Anywho, precognition, or clairvoyance, if you will, is the ability to perceive information about the future, places or events before they even happen. It is done by mentally scanning various alternative futures, rather than using deduction-based reasoning of current events. Destiny possesses this ability. By using psionic power, she perceives with her mind's eye the event of possible futures. Although she was blind, Destiny could mentally scan the probability spectrum of alternative futures and mentally perceive the sounds and sights of events and distinguish them from each other. By concentrating, she could focus on only the most probable of future alternative outcomes. The accuracy of Destiny's ability to foresee the future events decreased in direct proportion to the number of alternative futures to scan. She could comfortably scan the alternative futures that existed from, say, 1 second away up until about 15 minutes away. In other words, the more imminent the event, the more accurate her predictions will be. Now, number 2 on our list is Stick. There is no AKA for this guy because, frankly, I don't think he ever was called another name in the comics. I first got introduced to this character within the pages of Daredevil, the man without fear. He was created by Frank Miller and is a total badass. Mean and is a no bullshit character. Stick is blind, But he is not helpless by any means. God help the mugger who tries to peg him as an easy target. He will either be limping away at best or getting carried away in a Ziploc bag, if you know what I mean. Stick came into Matt Murdock's life at an early late age, at a time when he was needed the most, helping old Hornhead develop his abilities when he was still young, helping Matt learn how to block out all exterior noises and focus on his main objective. He became like a secondary father figure to Murdock, helping him mold into the superhero that we know of today. You know what? Not unlike Mike Tyson and Cuss the Model, but not as nice as Cuss, and that's saying something. Stick is a world-class martial artist onto his own. He has heightened senses well above any mortal man and is endowed with an interior radar to compensate for his blindness. His chosen weapon is the bow. One can only surmise that that is how he garnered his name. Number 3 on our list is Alicia Masters from the pages of the Fantastic Four. Now I told you not all these characters will be superheroes or villains. For Felicia is neither. But she has been around for a long time, appearing first and within the pages of the Fantastic Four, issue number 8, way back in 1962. Miss Mathers is most known for her on-again, off-again relationship with Benjamin Jacob Grimm, also known lovingly as The Thing, the strongman member of the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family. Her being blind is a nice feature in their relationship, as Benjamin Grimm is super self-conscious about his looks. He is one of the first characters that I have read about who hated his powers because he felt that they made him ugly and less attractive. So Alicia being blind was a nice touch, showing that a woman truly falls in love with a man for what he is on the inside, something that I personally think few men can do themselves. Most men, I believe, need to be attracted to a woman to fall in love. And then most of the time, I still think it's just lust. But that is for another video. I remember Alicia most for 2 reasons. One, she played a pivotal role in the Galactus trilogy story arc. If you have not read this comic, then shame on you, viewer. Stop this video right now and go out and read these issues. What are you waiting for? And second, Alicia's story that comes to mind is that when Benjamin Grimm gets jealous over her and fights the Silver Surfer, believe it or not. It is hilarious. Number 4 on our list is Cassandra Webb, aka Madam Webb. She is not only handicapped, left without the use of her legs, but is blind as well. But don't worry, for she sees far more than most. She possesses a multiple skills and abilities at her discretion. She is a telepath with the ability to read minds, an astral projector able to project her consciousness outside her body and travel, and a precog, one who is able to predict the future by a certain level of accuracy. She first appeared within the pages of The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, issue number 210, and has aided Spider-Man ever since with his endeavors. I also know that she appeared within the Spider-Man the animated series that aired in the 1990s. Her voice in the show was really dope. But what I really remember her for is the 2-part Amazing Spider-Man story arc called Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut, that started in Amazing Spider-Man number 229 and concluded in issue 230. How can lonely old Spider-Man stop Juggernaut all by himself? A tremendous, powerful foe that gave the whole X-Men team trouble. Well, to find out, you know what to do. Go digging in those back issue long boxes to find out. And lastly, but not leastly, is the mutant known as Blindfold, who first appeared within Astonishing X-Men Volume 3, Issue 7, published in January of 2005. Now, Ruth Aldine, aka Blindfold, starts out as a really sad story. She was born a mutant with no eyes, or even open eye sockets for that matter. Her father left her at a young age, and her brother was very abusive. But hope came when she enrolled into Charles Xavier School for the Gifted. Within its walls, she found a family that she longed for. But like all the rest of her students, her stay there was not all peaches and cream, but bittersweet. And sadly, she died later on in Uncanny issue number 11 and volume 5. During this is Forever story arc. Her powers were pretty much all psychically based. Ruth was a telepath, astral projector, a precog, mental influencer, and telekinesis, among other abilities. Well, there you go. 5 Marvel comic book characters besides Daredevil who is blind. If you like this video, then by all means saunter on over to my YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. While there, tap on the subscribe button and the like, and hit the bell icon so you may be notified when the next video drops. Until then though, as always, until next time, keep reading my friends.